slowly go over your bone and come up the inside. And now I want you to be on the flesh of your calf, but right next to the bone. So run right up the border of the bone, but on the flesh, that nice earthy flesh. And when you hit the top here, now we're going to have to jog more closer to stomach meridian. So it comes more laterally, so it goes up the inside of the thigh, but not so inside as the trajectory that liver eventually takes, as well as kidney. Now we're going to go just lateral to liver 12. Just lateral to liver 12. So don't hit the, but you're perfect right there. And now come inside your hip bones. Go inside your hip bones and go straight up to your rib cage. Stop when you hit your ribs. Okay, see how far I am lateral to my midline. You are going to be, at this stage of the game, in line with your nipples. You're going to be 4 soon lateral, right? So you want to be in line with your nipples. When you hit the rib cage, though, you're going to go farther out, 6 soon lateral. So now you're going to be in direct line. So when you come up, you're going to finish right up underneath lung 1. You're going to come up to the second intercostal space. So come up lateral to your nipple, to the second intercostal space, and now drop down and hit on the midline. You have to be on your midline of your rib cage. So if I were to put myself on a saw and I wanted to cut my body directly in half, I know, morbid thought, but you want to be right on the midline, right here, and give it a nice little buzz. Wonderful spleen 21, the grand low point for the whole body, the point that connects to every other point, every other meridian. And the only other point that does that with such eloquence is kidney 27. Kidney 27 connects to every single meridian in the body. And the reason why it does that is because all inwardly, not visibly, outwardly, inwardly, every single yin and yang meridian meet at the neck. There are reflexology zones, like on the feet. There are zones on the neck that correspond to every single meridian. You can treat the whole body with these zones on the neck. That's why it's so important to keep your neck in beautiful scarves and covered up and warm and safe, and to open up the energies when you want to. The only other point I want to mention on spleen meridian, which is 2 points that are really super powerful. One of these we don't use in pregnancy, and that's spleen 6. But I want to show you where it is, because this is a point that is activating so powerfully for both spleen, kidney, and liver, the 3 yin meridians of the leg, which inform your gynecology. Spleen 6 is 3 soon, in other words, this measurement, which you know, above the ankle bone. So when I put my foot here, and I take my hand and I place it right on my ankle bone, just above, just at the border of my first finger. Okay, you want to have the base of your baby finger on the high point of your ankle bone, at the high point, so that just on the flesh, inside, yes, massage that point. Chances are you're going to feel some tenderness there. But this is the meeting point for kidney, liver, and spleen meridian. And it's a very powerful point because it benefits, it nourishes spleen, it nourishes kidney as well as liver in a very balanced fashion. So it's not like sedating or strengthening necessarily but helps to balance them beautifully. And the other point that's very powerful is spleen 9. So as you come up and you hit the top of the tibia kind of branches out this way. Right underneath the bone, you feel an area probably that's very tender as well. And this is really, how many people here feel tenderness? Most everybody does. And how many of you live here in the UK? Okay, most of you do. This is a point that gets very tender when we are exposed or when we cannot resolve dampness. The UK is very damp. Dampness is created in the physical body. So when you feel sluggish and logy and you don't have that spark, and you can't bring up your fire, that's a sign of dampness. Dampness is initiated by most powerfully eating overly sweet foods, having too many refined carbohydrates. Spleen needs to be able to metabolize sweets. The flavor of earth is sweet. Too much throws spleen out of balance. Accumulation of dampness can lead to the loginess, the heaviness, the tiredness, heavy legs, and heavy head. Not feeling like you can think straight. So this point right here, this is why I want to share this. This is a point that helps to resolve dampness. So this is worthy of your attention. Does that make sense?
That's okay for pregnant women.
What?
Okay for pregnant women.
This one is okay for pregnant women. Not this one, but this one's okay. So you really want to massage this point and reduce the amount of refined carbohydrates and try to sit out in the sun and dry yourself out as much as possible. Okay.